Is XRP the next Bitcoin? Is that silly? Well, let's think about it. Bitcoin is the thing you have to own, right? In other words, if you don't own Bitcoin at this point, or the Bitcoin ETF, you don't have a correct portfolio, or you don't have your assets allocated properly, or you don't have the right currency if you're an individual or a company. Now, XRP could also be the next must own. Why? Because it's money. It's better money than Bitcoin because it's faster. So could XRP be the next must-own currency? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if someone starts accepting it, right? In other words, if you wanted to get attention in the world, what would you do? Accept XRP as payment or start using Ripple's payment network. Earnings calls coming out in January, so they better get with XRP.
I literally begged you. I literally begged every single one of you. And what did I get? I got hate comment after hate comment after hate comment. Look, I totally understand. This coin isn't meant for everyone to get rich off of. Why? Because haters are going to exist. We need only a small demographic of people to actually make millions on this. The ones that actually believe. And guess what? You told me, oh, it's never going to reach $3. Guess where it's at? $3 fucking dollars. Guess where it didn't go to? 50 cents. Guess where it didn't even drop down to? $1. Didn't even drop to $1.50. It came to $2. And guess what I was doing? I was loading freaking stacks at 2, baby. And we're at 3 now. I'll see you.
Official XRP was included in Trump's crypto reserve for the USA, along with Solana and Cardano. Yes, there's no mention of Bitcoin or Ethereum, but it's confirmed that Ethereum is part of it. And obviously the USA is also working on the strategic Bitcoin reserve. They also said that other valuable cryptocurrencies are going to be included. Maybe it's because Solana, Cardano, and XRP paid the most to be included. Or it's just that they're great crypto assets and they got included. It's caused a rocket in the prices of those 3, which is great. Let's see how long it lasts, and let's see how much of these cryptos the USA accumulates. Because they're going to have to start buying these coins and accumulating them for the reserve. Big shout out to Trump. He's going to save the crypto market. He will not let us get poor in crypto under his rule. It would hurt his ego too much if everyone went broke in his administration.
Could Elon Musk's next genius move send XRP to $1,482? Here's why this could be bigger than his Twitter buyout. He is planning to buy Ripple. Yes, you heard that right. But Musk's $25 billion bid for Ripple is more than just a bold move. It's a game changer. Remember when he bought Twitter and completely transformed the platform? Now, imagine him doing the same with Ripple. His ability to revolutionize industries could push XRP to the forefront of global finance. Analysts are predicting XRP could skyrocket to $1,482, with Ripple's market cap hitting $40 trillion. This would be Musk's next massive financial revolution. Another revolutionizing coin is Shiba Inu. Don't miss out on its exclusive. XRP just surged to unbelievable heights. Could this be the start of something massive? XRP's price has hit $1.95, its highest since 2021, and it's all thanks to growing excitement over a potential XRP spot ETF. WisdomTree is reportedly preparing to file for an XRP fund, which could pave the way for official ETF approval. Meanwhile, Ripple has partnered with Bitwise to launch an XRP ETP in Europe, meeting the rising demand for crypto investment products. XRP is clearly on a roll, but there are also other coins that are getting people excited. One is Shiba Inu, which is still in an exclusive pre-sale for a short time. So could an XRP ETF push its price even higher? Drop your predictions below. XRP ETFs are closer than ever, and missing out could be a massive mistake. Now that the SEC has officially dropped its case against Ripple, XRP has full legal clarity. This opens the door for an XRP ETF, something that could drive billions of dollars in institutional investment into the market. Bitcoin and Ethereum saw massive gains after their ETF approvals, and XRP could be next in line. A successful ETF launch could quickly push XRP into a new price range and solidify its status as a top-tier asset. With regulatory clarity and ETF momentum building, Could XRP be preparing for its biggest rally yet?
We have some news right now. A French member of parliament, a deputy Euro member, is now calling on the United States to return the Statue of Liberty. Raphael Glucksmann at a recent rally said, quote, "Give us back the Statue of Liberty." He's a center-left politician. He further went on to say, "We're going to say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, give us back the Statue of Liberty." He specifically took aim to Donald Trump's cuts to research institutions in the United States, which have already prompted a French government initiative to attract some of them to work back in France. He goes, "If you want to fire your best researchers, if you want to fire all the people who through their freedom and their sense of innovation have made your country the world's leading power, then we're going to welcome them." And he also wants the Statue of Liberty back. Obviously, it's unlikely that'll ever happen, but this is what foreign countries are thinking about us, foreign politicians. I'll do a full breakdown of all the news that you missed on my Substack later this evening. Follow along for all.
Say Ripple could be the next Bitcoin. What do you think, Brad? Is that a compliment that Ripple could be the next Bitcoin?
Well, I think if we're solving a real problem and it's at scale, then I think it's a compliment. I think the most important thing that is going on in crypto is understanding what is real and what is just hype. Some, I think, may look back on Bitcoin and find that it was the Napster of digital assets. What I mean by that is Napster was the first to digitize music and demonstrate, hey, if you digitize music, you can do a lot of cool things with that. But ultimately, they were circumventing trademark laws, they were circumventing royalty payments, and government stepped in, and Napster was not successful. But Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, they were very successful. I think what you'll find is that maybe the next generation of digital assets ends up solving some of the original problems that Bitcoin set out to solve.
So RippleNet is trying to take on Swift. What's been the traction like? Who's come on board?
Well, it's interesting as you step back and look at this. If you and I decided we were going to send $10,000 to California today, the fastest way for us to do it would be to drive to the airport and fly it there. That's a crazy thing to think about when you're in the age of the internet and we're used to information on demand. When we think about the customers that have come on board, it's because we're solving that real problem. We're changing the nature of a payment taking days to settle to California to seconds. So we now have well over 100 customers ranging from some of the biggest banks in the world to payment providers to the Western Unions and MoneyGrams, Linlan Pay out of China.
How many banks?
It's over 100. I actually don't know the exact number now. Last time we announced it publicly, we said over 100. We'll probably announce the next one when we get to over 200. We're signing up more than a bank.
XRP to the moon. April 16th could change everything. Big news, XRP holders. The countdown has begun, and XRP is primed for a potential surge. Mark your calendars. April 16th could be the day that changes everything for XRP. After 4 years of fighting with the SEC, we're finally expecting a major ruling. And here's where it gets even bigger. A spot XRP ETF could be on the way. That means major investors jumping in and sending prices soaring. Will the SEC finally drop the appeal or continue to fight? Drop your thoughts and follow for daily crypto updates.
XRP is going for that $10 moonshot, boys. With the SEC lawsuit finally dead, XRP is free to fly. And analysts say $10 by 2030 is in play. Ripple's locking in real-world utility. They launched RLUSD stablecoin, secured major bank partnerships, and could be teasing a Ripple IPO soon. XRP is trading currently around $2.43, and with institutional money sniffing around, the pump could get spicy. Some even say $23 by 2030 if Ripple keeps cooking. But let's be real, crypto is still volatile and the competition is fierce. Still, the $10 dream is alive if Ripple rides this momentum. Bullish or just hopium? Drop your take below.
This is exactly why I believe that XRP will not drop below $2 ever again. Last night we had a crazy pullback down here, blowing past the different fair value gaps right here and right here. But people are anxious to buy at all the different levels that it drops to, and already it flew right back up. My name is Mega. I do technical analysis for XRP as well as other cryptos. Like and follow if you find this type of content helpful and informative. And with TikTok getting banned, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube. The link is in the bio. Let's jump back in. Let's analyze what caused this downfall here. So we had that initial push up, it hit its peak, came down to a low, then pushed back up again, not as high as previous, but still high enough, and then it dropped from there. This is very close to a double top. Not exactly a double top, but it's close to it, enough to where it actually performed as a double top usually would. So went up, and then as soon as double top is finished with its formation there, it usually drops a bit more, and that's what we see. Now, XRP is being pretty volatile at the moment when it comes to just these important dates coming up in the very near future, with the January 15th coming up. A lot of people buy the rumor, meaning like they'll buy before the actual news comes out. Once the news comes out, then they'll start selling off or close to it, you know? And so this is what I've been calling for a bit now. It's actually falling a little sooner than I thought it would, but it also did rise up sooner than I thought it would as well. Now, it didn't just randomly stop right here. This is a decent support zone right here at 235. So 235 seems to have quite a bit of spots here. Even this I would consider part of that in a way. Throughout that, we have quite a bit of support at 235. Can it go lower than that? Sure, it always can. In my previous video, I talked about it going down to potentially 240 as well as even 230, and that's what we were seeing. I was able to take advantage of this myself and buy around here, right here. Not financial advice. And with that immediate pump back up in this moment, there's definitely going to be a pullback here somewhere. So, you know, it's going to go up. I would say we could see it potentially hit here as a point of resistance, and then maybe come back down to retest right here at about 243-ish, and then again at 240, and then the 235, like we said, is a pretty strong point for it to test as well. So if it is volatile still, we could see it potentially do something along these lines right here. Maybe somebody knows something that we don't, and they're anticipating, so they wanted to scare some people out while they sold off right here. It dropped, they bought in more here, and now they're ready for it to go up. So for these types of moments, honestly, it's really hard to do a technical analysis. It really is just watching what's going on and reporting that, just because of how volatile it is and how any bit of news can actually skyrocket it or drop it. I want to look more into what exactly happened here as far as like who sold off, if there was a company involved. Maybe it's the same people that bought in here, sold off here. Maybe this is institutional, maybe this is retail. I'm gonna look a little more into that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Excited about XRP still? And man, did that pop up so quick. And subscribe to my YouTube, because if TikTok goes down, I'm moving over there. Link is in the bio. And have a mega